Many cities are defined by what they build, but Chengdu is defined by what it tamed. Long before its modern skyline pierced the clouds, its destiny was shaped not by walls, but by water. The key lies in the Dujiangyan irrigation system, an astonishing feat of hydraulic engineering, constructed in 256 BC. Unlike grand monuments that fall into ruin, this system remains fully operational, a living testament to ancient ingenuity. It was designed without a single dam, instead cleverly dividing the ferocious Min River to simultaneously prevent devastating floods and channel a steady, life-giving flow across the fertile plain. This masterful control of nature is the very reason the region earned its title, the Land of Abundance, guaranteeing harvests for over 2,000 years. It is this deep historical security, this freedom from want, that you can still feel today in the city's unhurried rhythm, in its tea houses and parks. Chengdu's famous leisure is not an indulgence, but an inheritance, irrigated into the very soul of the land by a river mastered millennia ago. The waters of Kanema Lagoon hold a secret, staining the white quartz sands with their distinctive, tea-like hue. This is not the murk of sediment, but a pristine infusion of tannins, leached from decaying vegetation over countless seasons as the river flows across the Guiana Shield, a geological foundation nearly 2 billion years old, one of the most ancient exposed surfaces on the planet. Here, a series of 7 powerful waterfalls, known collectively as Salto Hacha, thunder into the basin, their immense force a constant reminder of nature's raw power. For the indigenous Pemon people, this is a sacred living landscape, where the sheer-sided tepuis looming on the horizon are not mere mountains, but the Mawari, the houses of the spirits. To stand on this shore is to witness a confluence of deep time, potent myth, and the unceasing geological pulse of the earth itself, a place where every element tells a story that began long before our own. The name Jigokudani translates quite literally to Hell Valley, a title earned from the boiling water and sulfurous steam that vents from the frozen earth. For up to 4 months of the year, this remote corner of the Japanese Alps is buried under meters of snow, a landscape of stark, monochromatic beauty and brutal cold. Yet it is here that the world's northernmost living primates, the Japanese macaques, have established a remarkable society. Their famous ritual of soaking in the geothermal hot springs is not some ancient, instinctual drive, but a learned behavior, a piece of culture passed down through generations since the park was established in 1964. It is a sophisticated solution to a lethal problem, a way to endure winter temperatures that can plummet to -15 degrees Celsius. In this communal bath, we are not just witnessing a charming spectacle, we are observing the quiet ingenuity of a species that has learned to draw life and warmth from the very heart of a frozen volcanic world. To the modern world, Hainan is China's tropical answer to paradise, a string of sun-drenched resorts along the South China Sea. Yet, for over 1,000 years of imperial history, this island was known by a far more desolate name, Tianya Haijiao, the end of the sky and the corner of the sea. It was here, across the treacherous Zhongzhou Strait, that disgraced officials and dissident poets were exiled, sent to contend with what was then considered an untamed wilderness of malaria and typhoons. The volcanic heart of the island and its dense, primeval rainforests, which once served to confirm their profound isolation, now form the very backbone of its ecological appeal. It's a remarkable transformation, where the geography of punishment has become the landscape of pleasure, a testament to how profoundly our perception of a place can be reshaped, even while the ancient land itself remains unchanged, silently observing the ebb and flow of human fortune upon its shores. Spilling down the steep banks of the Brantas River, the villages of Jodipan and Tridi present a cascade of chromatic energy, a seemingly spontaneous celebration of color. Yet, this vibrant spectacle is a meticulously planned transformation. As recently as 2016, this was a riverside slum, one of 11 such areas in the city slated for demolition. The change was sparked not by government decree, but by a social initiative from university students who envisioned a different future. They proposed using paint as a tool for social change, a low-cost, high-impact strategy to alter perception. Today, what were once grim, narrow alleyways have become a living canvas, with over 107 homes forming a single sprawling mural. It stands as a powerful testament to how creative intervention can be a catalyst, turning a community on the brink of erasure into a celebrated model of grassroots urban regeneration. Jakarta's identity is profoundly shaped by water, a legacy inherited from its Dutch colonial past as Batavia, a city of canals. Yet this historical relationship has become a precarious one. The metropolis now holds the distinction of being the world's fastest sinking capital, subsiding by as much as 25 centimeters in some areas each year. While rising sea levels are a factor, the primary cause lies beneath the pavement, the unregulated extraction of groundwater by its more than 10 million residents. The city rests on a soft alluvial plain, and as its underground aquifers are drained to quench an insatiable thirst, the very land compacts and collapses. This silent geological crisis manifests in the towering seawalls that guard the coast and the chronic flooding in northern districts, a constant reminder that this megacity's future is being built on an ever-diminishing foundation. It is a place where the struggle for survival is not just economic or social, but a literal daily negotiation with the ground itself. Here, at the easternmost edge of Java, the very name Banyuwangi, fragrant water, belies the elemental power churning just beneath the surface. The region is dominated by the Ijen crater complex, home to a phenomenon often mistaken for blue lava. In truth, it is something far more volatile. Pure sulfuric gas, escaping from fissures at temperatures reaching up to 600 degrees Celsius and igniting upon contact with the air. This spectral combustion paints the pre-dawn darkness in electric hues, casting an ethereal glow upon the world's largest acidic crater lake. A cauldron of turquoise so corrosive it can dissolve metal. For generations, local miners have braved these toxic fumes to harvest the bright yellow sulfur deposits, a stark testament to human resilience. Banyuwangi, therefore, is not merely a destination. It is a profound and living dialogue between geological creation and human endurance, where the very chemistry of the planet is written across the landscape in fire and acid. The first thing one notices in Arashiyama is not a sight, but a sound. A subtle orchestration of creaks, whispers, and a gentle rustling as wind navigates the dense canopy. This unique acoustic environment is so significant that in 1996, Japan's Ministry of the Environment designated it one of the 100 soundscapes of Japan, a national treasure to be preserved for future generations. The sound is produced by tens of thousands of moso bamboo stalks, some soaring over 20 meters high, swaying in a synchronized hypnotic dance. This grove has been a source of artistic and spiritual inspiration for centuries, dating back to the Heian period over 1,000 years ago, when nobles would retreat to these very paths for quiet contemplation. What we walk through today is not merely a forest, but a carefully curated cathedral of nature, where the interplay of filtered light and the ever-present sound of the bamboo creates a profound sense of separation from the world just beyond its edge. It is a living testament to an enduring aesthetic that finds immense power in the elegant simplicity of the natural form. Fenghuang, the Phoenix City, draws its name from a cherished legend of two mythical birds, a male Feng and a female Huang, so utterly captivated by the emerald waters and mist-shrouded peaks that they chose never to leave, forever gracing the land with their presence. Yet beneath this poetic and harmonious veneer lies a far more turbulent history, one forged not in myth, but in the very real crucible of conflict and imperial control. Founded over 1,300 years ago, its strategic purpose was brutally solidified during the Ming and Qing dynasties. It became a formidable military garrison, a stone and timber bulwark meticulously designed to pacify and dominate the fiercely independent Miao and Tujia peoples of the western Hunan highlands. This was the empire's frontier, a line drawn against cultures that refused to be assimilated. The imposing red sandstone walls, punctuated by solemn watchtowers, that still encircle the old town are not decorative embellishments. They are stark, silent relics of this past. Every block was laid to project unassailable power and to serve as a constant visible reminder of imperial authority over the surrounding restive territories. Today, a different, gentler rhythm flows with the Tuojiang River, where the iconic Diaojiaolu stilt houses, with their dark timber frames and gracefully upturned. Here, at the southern edge of the Ryukyu archipelago, the Ishigaki Islands serve as more than just a geographical marker. They are a testament to the immense, slow power of the Earth. Formed by the relentless subduction of the Philippine sea plate beneath the Eurasian plate, this volcanic arc has given rise to a unique biological sanctuary. The world-renowned Shiraho Reef, for instance, is not merely a collection of coral. It is home to one of the planet's oldest and largest communities of blue coral, Heliopora coerulea. Some of these colonies have been growing for over 300 years, silent witnesses to the changing tides of history. What appears as a tranquil underwater garden is, in fact, a living chronicle of geological time, a fragile yet resilient ecosystem built upon a foundation of planetary force. To look upon these waters is to see not just a surface, but a profound depth where the story of our world is written in the delicate skeletons of ancient life. Hiroshima's present is a symphony of motion, its network of modern streetcars weaving through a metropolis reborn from ashes. Yet standing beside the Ota River, one encounters a profound stillness, the skeletal frame of the Genbaku Dome. Its survival is a paradox of physics. The bomb detonated almost 600 meters directly overhead, and the immense downward pressure of the blast wave is precisely what spared the building's vertical structures from being blown outwards, unlike so many others that were flattened for kilometers in every direction. It stands not as an accidental ruin, but as a deliberate choice, a silent witness preserved by the city's inhabitants after decades of debate. It doesn't commemorate the act of destruction, but rather serves as a solemn, universal teacher, its hollowed form a permanent anchor for humanity's memory and a powerful plea for its future. The great Vermilion Torii, standing sentinel in the waters of Lake Ashi, is more than an iconic landmark. It is a testament to a pact made with nature itself. Established in the year 757 by the priest Mangan, Hakone Shrine was founded not merely for worship, but to pacify a fearsome nine-headed dragon believed to dwell in the lake's volcanic depths. According to legend, the priests subdued the beast with spiritual power, transforming it into a guardian deity, or Ryujin, forever enshrined here. Today, as pilgrims descend the stone steps through the ancient cedar forest, they are walking into this very legend. The shrine's profound tranquility is rooted in this history, a story of taming a wild subterranean power and turning it into a protective force. It reminds us that this serene landscape, born of fire and water, has been a place where humanity has sought harmony with the formidable spirit of the earth for over 12 centuries. To gaze upon Bali's terraced landscapes is to witness more than just masterful agriculture. It is to read a story etched into the earth over 1,000 years. These iconic emerald green paddies are the living result of the Subak system, a uniquely Balinese cooperative irrigation network recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Dating back to the 9th century, this intricate web of canals and tunnels is governed not by farmers, but by priests from water temples who meticulously manage the flow from mountain springs down to the sea. This is not merely engineering. It is a physical manifestation of a core Balinese philosophy known as Trihita Karana, the three causes of well-being, which dictate a sacred harmony between the human world, the natural world, and the spiritual realm. Every drop of water that nourishes the rice is considered a gift from the gods, a reminder that on this island, the practical act of survival and the profound act of devotion are and have always been one and the same. The Vermilion corridors of Fushimi Inari are an icon of Japan, yet what appears to be a single serpentine structure is in fact a staggering collection of individual prayers. Each of the over 10,000 torii gates that line the mountain path is a votive offering, donated by a business or family seeking the favor of Inari Okami, the Shinto deity of rice, and crucially for modern Japan, of commerce and prosperity. The black inscriptions on the reverse of each gate name the patron, a public ledger of faith and finance, stretching back through the years. Walking this 4-kilometer trail is a journey through a mesmerizing play of light and shadow, a rhythmic passage where the dense, glowing tunnels occasionally part to reveal ancient stone altars and moss-covered fox statues, Inari's sacred messengers. It is a profound testament to how thousands of individual hopes for success, accumulated since the shrine's founding in the 8th century, can collectively create a singular, monumental landscape of devotion. The first thing one notices on Gili Trawangan is not what is here, but what is absent. There is no hum of engines, no exhaust fumes, a deliberate omission that defines the island's character. This choice is deeply connected to the very ground beneath our feet. Unlike its towering volcanic neighbours, Trawangan is a low-lying sand cay, an accumulation of coral fragments built over thousands of years, with its highest point barely reaching 30 meters above the sea. This inherent fragility has fostered a unique pact between inhabitants and their environment. The resulting soundscape is from another time, the rhythmic clip-clop of the horse-drawn sidomo, the soft whir of bicycle chains, and the ever-present dialogue between wind and wave. In a world rushing forward, this community has decided that the island's delicate balance is more valuable than convenience, a quiet but profound statement that true wealth lies not in what you can add, but in what you are wise enough to preserve. To stand within the Forbidden City is to enter a universe meticulously crafted to mirror the heavens themselves. For over 500 years, This was the pivot point of an empire, a terrestrial diagram of cosmic order. Everything is deliberate, aligned along a central north-south axis that positioned the Emperor, the Son of Heaven, as the earthly counterpart to the pole star, the fixed center around which the entire cosmos revolved. This grand procession of gates and vast silent courtyards was designed not merely for ceremony, but to reinforce this celestial mandate. Every one of its fabled 9,999 rooms, a number deliberately one short of the divine 10,000, was a component in a vast architectural engine of power. It wasn't simply a home for emperors, it was a physical manifestation of a belief system, a declaration in timber and stone that the ruler's authority was as natural and unshakable as the stars above. To step out onto the skywalk is to commit to an act of faith, not merely in the strength of glass, but in the unseen principles of engineering that defy gravity itself. This U-shaped walkway is a masterful cantilever, extending 70 feet over the abyss with no visible supports from below. Its profound stability doesn't rest on the fragile cliff edge it departs from. Rather, it's secured by massive counterweights and foundation beams drilled 100 feet deep into the solid rock of the plateau. This design allows it to withstand winds of over 100 miles per hour and significant seismic events. From this unique perch, suspended nearly 4,000 feet above the canyon floor, one is a guest on land sacred to the Hualapai Nation. They conceived of this structure not just as an attraction, but as a modern portal to their ancestral home, sharing a perspective once reserved for the eagles. It's a viewpoint that is both intensely personal and geologically immense, a few inches of glass separating a fleeting human moment from the patient, eternal story of the stone. From the Kedu Plain, Borobudur rises not merely as a temple, but as a colossal spiritual schematic rendered in stone. Its construction in the 9th century remains an engineering marvel. Over 2 million blocks of volcanic andesite were quarried from nearby rivers, meticulously carved and interlocked like a giant puzzle without a single drop of mortar to bind them. This is no random assembly. It is a 3-dimensional mandala, a map of the Mahayana Buddhist cosmos. Pilgrims would once begin their journey at the base, circumambulating each of the 9 stacked platforms, their path guided by nearly 2,700 narrative relief panels depicting the journey from the realm of desire to ultimate enlightenment. Gazing out from the upper terraces, with the twin volcanoes of Merapi and Merbabu on the horizon, one can almost envision the ancient theory that the entire structure once sat in a vast lake, appearing as a sacred lotus flower floating on the water. A silent, stone-carved sermon on the nature of existence. Bogor's local name, Kota Hujan, or the Rain City, is more than just a nickname. It is a statement of geological destiny, an atmospheric identity forged by topography. The city sits in a natural saddle, cradled between the 2 immense volcanic sentinels of Mount Salak and Mount Gede. This unique position acts as a formidable funnel, perpetually trapping the heavy, moisture-laden air that rolls inland from the warm Java Sea. As these humid maritime breezes encounter the foothills, they are compelled upwards in a process known as orographic lift. This forces the air to cool rapidly and shed its aqueous burden, triggering the near-daily, almost punctual thunderstorms that wash over the landscape with dramatic intensity. The afternoon sky darkens, the temperature drops, and a cleansing deluge scours the air and saturates the ground. This relentless hydration is the city's lifeblood, maintaining a cool, refreshing climate that offers a welcome respite from the lowland heat and keeping the earth intensely, almost preternaturally, fertile. It was this very abundance The name itself, Gili Air, offers the first and most vital clue to this island's unique identity. In the local tongue, air means water, a simple designation that historically set it a world apart from its two siblings, Trawangan and Menno. While they relied on imported water or brackish wells, Gili Air was blessed with a geological gift: significant subterranean freshwater reserves. This single fact shaped its destiny, allowing it to become not just a temporary outpost for Bugis fishermen, but a permanent home for Sasak farming families. For generations, this hidden resource nourished the island from within, nurturing the dense coconut groves and flourishing gardens that still patchwork the interior, a verdant heart unseen from the white sand fringe. It fostered a more settled, agrarian rhythm that persists even now, a quiet confidence that underpins the community. Here, the delicate equilibrium between a deeply rooted culture and the demands of the modern world is sustained quite literally, from the ground up, a reminder that the most profound character of a place is often drawn from the unseen sources flowing just beneath the surface. The popular image of the Great Wall is of a single, continuous structure, but the reality is a far more complex and fragmented tapestry of fortifications built over the course of nearly 2 millennia. What we see today, the crenellated stone dragon snaking across jagged peaks, is largely the masterwork of the Ming dynasty, an immense undertaking that consolidated centuries of earlier disparate barriers. This network, in its entirety, stretches an astonishing 13,171 miles, a figure that defies easy comprehension. It follows the contours of the land with an almost organic tenacity, its construction materials telling a geological story of their own, compacted earth and willow reeds across the arid western plains, giving way to meticulously quarried stone and kiln-fired bricks where resources allowed. Far more than a simple defensive line, it was a sophisticated artery of imperial control, its thousands of watchtowers serving as garrisons, storage depots, and a rapid communication system, using smoke and fire to relay messages across the vast northern frontier in a matter of hours. To understand Hokkaido, one must look past the familiar images of Japan and see a land defined by a more recent, raw history. For centuries, this island was known as Ezo, the domain of the indigenous Ainu people, a world apart from the shoguns and samurai to the south. It was only in the late 19th century, a mere 150 years ago, that it was formally annexed and renamed Hokkaido, becoming Japan's final frontier. This sense of newness is etched into the very ground, a landscape dominated by the Daisetsuzan volcanic group, a cluster of active peaks that form the island's literal and spiritual roof. Here, the earth still breathes, venting steam from countless fumaroles and feeding the deep, pristine caldera lakes that mirror the sky. It is a place not of ancient temples, but of a power far older, a reminder that this magnificent wilderness is still in the process of becoming, its story written not in delicate ink, but in fire and ice. While the image is instantly recognizable, a 5-storied pagoda framed by cherry blossoms with Mount Fuji as its backdrop, the structure itself holds a surprisingly modern and solemn purpose. This is the Chureito Pagoda, a peace memorial built not in feudal times, but in 1963. It serves as a cenotaph, enshrining the spirits of nearly 1,000 citizens from the local city of Fujiyoshida, who perished in conflicts stretching from the late 19th century to the Second World War. The ascent of nearly 400 stone steps to reach this vantage point is more than a physical climb. It is a deliberate, contemplative journey. Upon arrival, the view offers a profound dialogue between the ephemeral and the eternal. The pagoda, a vibrant symbol of human endeavor and remembrance, stands in humble conversation with the immense geological permanence of Fujisan. What appears at first to be a perfect postcard is, in reality, a complex national portrait, where sacred geography, architectural grace, and the poignant memory of modern sacrifice converge into a single breathtaking vista. The beaches of Belitung are a study in geological time. punctuated by granite megaliths that seem placed by an otherworldly hand. Yet their origin is entirely terrestrial, born from deep within the Earth's crust. Unlike much of volcanic Indonesia, these formations are plutonic, the cooled and exposed remnants of a vast magma chamber from the late Triassic period, over 200 million years ago. This ancient foundation is part of the Great Southeast Asian Tin Belt, a geological feature that has defined not only Belitung's surreal landscapes, but also its human history, fueling a tin rush that shaped the island for centuries. Eroded by millennia of wind and water, the boulders now form a natural sculpture park along the coast, their smooth, colossal forms creating a stark and beautiful contrast with the fine white sand and turquoise sea. Standing here, you feel a profound sense of permanence. These stones are not just scenery, but silent witnesses to deep time, holding the island's entire story, from its fiery conception to the present day, within their crystalline structures. Nestled within a highland basin, Bandung's gentle climate and lush surroundings offer a deceptive tranquility. But this landscape was forged by immense power. For thousands of years, this entire valley was a vast prehistoric lake, cradled within the caldera of the ancient Mount Sunda. Geologists tell us that a colossal eruption, some 105,000 years ago, collapsed the volcano, and subsequent activity from what is now Tangkuban Perahu dammed the Citarum River, flooding the basin. The lake eventually drained, leaving behind a remarkably fertile plain, a rich volcanic soil that would become the foundation for everything that followed. It is this unique geological inheritance that created the cool air and verdant terroir that so captivated the Dutch colonists, earning Bandung its famous moniker, Paris of Java. Today, as life bustles across this ancient lakebed, one can still feel the presence of the surrounding volcanic peaks. They are not just a dramatic backdrop, but a constant, silent reminder that the city's celebrated creativity and vitality spring from a deep, elemental history of fire and water. The Great Vermilion Torii Gate of Itsukushima appears to float, an illusion that has captured the imagination for centuries. But this iconic placement is not merely an aesthetic choice, it is a profound act of reverence. Since ancient times, the entire island of Miyajima has been worshipped as a deity, a sacred space where commoners were forbidden to tread. To solve this, the shrine's original structures, first founded in the late 6th century, were built on piers over the water. This ingenious design allowed pilgrims to approach by boat, passing through the torii and worshipping without desecrating the divine land itself. The result is a structure in constant dialogue with the sea. At high tide, the entire complex, from its covered corridors to its main hall, mirrors itself in the calm inlet, a shimmering, ethereal vision. Then, as the waters recede, the massive timber foundations are revealed, grounding the spiritual in the tangible earth. Itsukushima is therefore more than a masterpiece of high-end period architecture. It is a physical manifestation of a belief system where human ingenuity bows to the sanctity of nature, creating a sacred threshold between our world and the divine.